Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Monday the 24th of March. Winston Peters says we're at a critical time where voters can see the coalition successfully turned the ship. The New Zealand First Leader delivered a State of the Nation speech in Christchurch yesterday. He was disrupted half a dozen times by demonstrators he labelled anti-democratic. Peters says it's taken a while to bring New Zealand out of a recessionary economy, blaming what he calls the last government's tissue of lies.
The last week, we finally got the update that said the economy that you've been painting as being miserable is actually on a turnaround, but a long way to go. That's why it was so important.
A belief the gap left by a specialist in paediatric palliative care going on leave highlights a far wider issue. RNZ is reporting New Zealand's only publicly funded specialist in that role is on leave until April. It says general paediatricians at Auckland Starship Hospital are reluctant to step in because they're not trained. Children's Commissioner Dr Claire Ahmad says she's concerned about the bigger problem of having no national paediatric service.
That means children who are in their end stages of life due to a terminal illness are going without that core care that they really need.
A census sent out to all government workers is wider reaching than simply identifying cost-cutting advice. Thousands of public servants across all agencies have been asked in a census to identify taxpayer value in their work and any changes needed, with results expected in July. The survey's done every 5 years. Public Service Minister Judith Collins told Mike Hosking how to save money is just one of many focuses.
It's also around saying things like sexual and harassment and bullying are not acceptable in the workplace, so let us know if your concerns are being met. So it's a two-way thing.
Scepticism reducing GST would create a fairer tax system. A UN committee is calling on countries to ensure tax policies are applied proportionally to wealthier individuals. It says holistic reviews should be done to ensure they advance economic, social and cultural rights and reduce inequality. But PwC partner Sandy Lau says reducing GST is expensive and not very targeted.
And it's not really entirely clear from evidence whether that reduction will get passed on to your end customers, which is your lower income households and things like that.
A major turnaround for Synlait Milk. The Canterbury milk processor is reporting a $4.8 million half-year net profit off the back of full-year earnings of $63.1 million. It's just half a year since Synlait was forced to borrow from a major Chinese shareholder to meet a debt deadline. Acting Chief Executive Tim Carter says it's great to return to profit, but warns the next half won't be as strong.
We do have some headwinds as we look into that, but it'll be strong, and I think we've already said it'll still be a material improvement year on year as we close out the year.
To sport, Marcus Armstrong's finished the best of the New Zealand trio in 7th at the latest IndyCar event in California. Alex Palou won the race. New International Olympic Committee President Kirsty Coventry has arrived home in Zimbabwe to a hero's welcome as the first woman and first African elected to lead the Global Games movement. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.